Hey there, Rustin here. This is an angle you don't typically see me at. I'm currently house sitting and I have a temporary setup and it's almost identical to the setup I have at home. I figured this would be a great opportunity to just kind of like show you guys what my setup looks like as opposed to how it is at home where it's a rat's nest of wires. Yeah, I need to organize it. This is probably the cleanest my setup would look like until I do a deep clean on my desk. On the to-do list, but yeah. This is the best opportunity. Just to kind of like show things off, I'll do like a brief rundown and then I'll give like a more in-depth tour. I have 4 monitors at my desk. One of them is just a monitor I dedicate to chat. Like this is just for chat whenever I'm streaming. If I'm not streaming, this monitor's turned off and just kind of like tucked away. But whenever I am streaming, I just have both chat feeds on there. If I was to stream to Twitch as well, I'd have like a third chat stream as well, up as well. I also have StreamerBot, which is like a fantastic little chat combining program. You can have the chat feeds go in the exact same output, and you can also just read your chats off of StreamerBot. I like to have the direct chats popped up as well, just on the off chance that StreamerBot is acting a little funky. Some messages might not go through. It's a weird like auto mod thing, you know, just to be like mindful of. But for the most part, unless someone's sending like something very weird, the chats should show up just fine on StreamerBot. So you got that monitor just for chat. And I got my monitor right here on the right side that currently just says Dark Souls Remastered. This was right after a Dark Souls stream that we did. If I'm not streaming a game, this is my like main monitor for like editing or just like leisure stuff like watching an anime or TV show. This is my main monitor. This monitor here in the middle is for OBS whenever I'm streaming. It's my second monitor. I have stuff that I shouldn't be paying too much attention to whenever I'm doing things, but at the same time I want to have it just immediately right there, its own dedicated monitor. And then this monitor over here on the left side, which lean out of the way. This monitor right here is my like auxiliary monitor. If I'm not streaming, it's rarely getting used. I might have a window popped up here for like searching something online, but for the most part, I use it just for monitoring the stream feeds and all that, make sure everything's got a good connection. If there's like any like weird stuttering or something going on, hopefully I can catch it there. That's how I have my monitors though. I got my chat monitor on the far right, just kind of hanging off in my peripheral, gaming and productivity monitor, second monitor, and I have an auxiliary monitor. So those are the monitors. Next up, I have my webcam, a Logitech Brio. It's pretty old, but I like it. I think it makes my face look all right. The lighting here isn't the best. It's not like it is at home. I wanted like a little extra light, so I have this lamp that just has like a white diffuser on it. I just have it like taped up. Kind of jank, but in some ways it's better than what I have at home. What I have at home is even janker. Given that I'm house sitting, this is a temporary setup, I'm happy with how it looks. Next up is audio. Let's go with audio. So this mic right here is a Neumann TLM 107. Wonderful mic. It's probably my in-game mic. I don't see myself getting a better mic than this. It's already expensive and I already like the audio quality that it produces. I don't see myself upgrading it unless the stars align and I find like the perfect microphone, but I think this is already the best microphone I'll probably ever own. We have my audio mixer here, which is the DLZ Creator XS. Next up for audio, we have the Astro Mix Amp. It's not the best mix amp there is. I just happen to like it. I think it works perfectly for what I want it to do. There's better ones out there. There's newer ones out there. Next for audio, we have the Creative Pebbles. I think this is their version 2, I think. I can't remember. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. I like having speakers. Whenever I stream, I don't wear headphones. I want to have my hair look nice. And I don't want to have earbuds just sweating in my ears after hours. The audio mixer that I use has a built-in noise gate that I can turn on, and it prevents the audio from backfeeding into my microphone. So anytime I do a multiplayer game, I don't have to wear headphones. Anytime I'm doing a single-player game, I definitely don't have to wear headphones. It's a wonderful audio system. I'm happy with it. There's not a whole lot more that I really mess around with audio. There's like another little thing that I'll show off that I didn't really use during the house sitting, but I'll show you some other audio things I have going on. A lot of people use Stream Decks to swap between scenes and all that. I have an old Logitech G13 that has macro keys, and I just have like scenes macro to it. Let's see if it'll pick up on camera. Yeah, you can see the scenes changing. Stuff like that. Yeah. I'll probably replace the G13 whenever it dies, but for now, I'm making use of it. I like to use old stuff until it breaks if possible. Case in point, the Logitech Brio that I've had for years, the heart rate monitor that I use. I think heart rate monitors are like a fun way to show stressful moments or like scary moments if you're playing horror games or something. I use the Polar heart rate monitor. I think it works all right. The app that I use is called Pulsoid. I haven't had it like disconnect on me or anything outside of like OBS acting funky. For the most part, Pulsoid has been very consistent. It's worked perfectly fine for me. Mouse and keyboard, I mostly use like two PCs whenever I'm gaming, unless I have my console hooked up. I use a Epo Maker keyboard. The one I have at home is a full-size keyboard. I kind of wanted to just have a smaller keyboard to take with me. Something cool about the keyboards I use is like you can use them wired, Bluetooth, or there's a little dongle you can have going into another computer. So I can just like swap the keyboard between computers instead of having an extra keyboard for the other computer. And then what I do for my mice is I have two Logitech G502s. These are great mice. I have two different ones. That way it's easier to tell which mouse is going to which computer. I still mix them up every now and then, but for the most part, if I'm looking at them, I can tell which one is going where. A little charging mouse pad. These things are great. This actually is a few mouse pads deep. I like to have multiple mouse pads where I'm like gaming or where I'm working on things. Just add like a little extra cushion. I think it's nicer that way. Whenever I'm doing a controller-based gaming, I use a PlayStation controller, either a PS4 or PS5 controller. I just like the way that the thumbsticks are placed and all that good stuff. That covers everything here. Aside from the mic stand, this mic stand that I'm using isn't actually available for purchase anymore. I had to go to like an obscure website in order to find a second one. I should mention that everything here, except for my mice, my PlayStation controller, my heart rate monitor, and my Logitech G13, everything here is an extra that I bought just for this temporary setup because I didn't want to dismantle my home setup and take it with me. And then whenever I get back, put it all back, because that would have been a nightmare. Moving all these monitors, all these cables, all this equipment was not worth it. I was just like, let's just buy it. And if something breaks down the road, I now have a backup. I know, a little crazy, Rustin, but it's a lot of money. But for the comfort of it, I can't complain. Let's go into the back. So here are my two PCs. I have my gaming PC right here. This is my old PC that I used to use for content creation as well, and now that I have a second PC is purely for gaming. This PC right here that has Corsair all over it. This is a pre-built from Corsair. In hindsight, probably would have gone Corsair. They have a proprietary BIOS, and there's a few issues that occur every now and then, and I can't really do much about it because their proprietary BIOS locks me out of updating anything BIOS-wise. So if I want to fix it, I have to get a new motherboard, and I don't really want to get a new motherboard. Let me open up the hood and I'll let you guys see what the PCs have on them. So starting with the gaming PC, we have a 2080 graphics card. We have an i9, I'll pop up the exact numbers as a beautiful thing. I wish I could like made more use of it. I was having some issues with this PC whenever it came to making content and streaming and stuff. It kept crashing. I'm not entirely sure what the issues were, but now that I'm just using it for gaming, it's been pretty alright. It also needs a deep clean. I'll probably give this bad boy a nice deep cleaning whenever I get home. I probably also need to change out the thermal paste, but yeah, this thing, once I swapped over to just using it purely for gaming, it's been working perfectly fine. It's only crashed on like a game or two, and I think it was more the game than it was actually the PC. Up here is the main PC for me now. It has a 5080 Intel Core Ultra 9. I'll pop up the numbers, and then it has 128 gigabytes DDR5 RAM. For the most part, 32 gigabytes will get you covered for just about any task. Like if you want to stream with that, you're probably fine. I want to make sure that I'm good on everything. If I want to like make a like complex video or something with a bunch of edits or like a huge video, I got it there. I made like a 22-hour stream bod video. Worked fine through this. It took forever for it to render, but we got there. It has a bunch of RGB in it. I turned that shit off. If it was up to me, I'd rather that money have gone to like a better graphics card or more RAM or something. Next PC will probably not be Corsair though. I cannot recommend Corsair. Unless you're planning to swap stuff out from their pre-builts, I wouldn't go for them, yeah. So let's talk about how the cables are ran. Our audio, let's start the audio. We got our microphone going into our audio mixer. we got our audio mixer going into our main PC. That's where the audio for the streams is going in for my mic and stuff. Next, audio from this PC is going into that monitor, and from that monitor they have an aux cable. From that aux cable, it's going into my Astro Mix amp, which the mix amp is getting the audio from the main PC, and then through the aux cable, it's getting the audio from the gaming PC, and that audio is getting pumped out through my Pebbles. So yeah, that's how my audio is wired. Let's show this off as well. So I can go channel. The third option right there is gate. That's my noise gate. This is preventing the game audio from being picked up on my mic, all that good stuff. Now, let's say I want to use my microphone audio that is going into my main PC, but I also want to use it for like my gaming PC for in-game audio. So I have a cable running from the main out. I have to use a little adapter here. So I have the cable running through that, and then I will have it go into a little audio splitter. So that way if I want to like mute my audio in-game, but still have my audio going through OBS, I'll just have it like fed through here, and I can just like toggle a switch, and that's like a way that I can have the audio going from the audio mixer, because it's the main out right there, ran into this little audio splitter, and then from the audio splitter I'll run it into the line in on my gaming PC, and then I can use that audio in game. I didn't have it set up whenever I was house sitting, just because we didn't play any multiplayer games until like today, and the games that we played didn't have any in-game audio that I had to worry about. We didn't do Lethal Company or Peak or anything. We just played Elden Ring and Dark Souls, so that was just audio through Discord, so didn't really have to worry about stuff like that. So video feed, we have 2 HDMI cables on the gaming PC. I have one going in directly to this monitor here. That's for the main display, like where I'll have like the games and stuff for the gaming PC on display. And then I have the other cable going into a capture card on my main PC. It's the Elgato, I think it's like the 4K Pro or something. And then from the Elgato, it's going back into this monitor here, and that's where the game feed is, right there, and onto OBS. And then with the main PC, I think it's pretty self-explanatory as far as where the cables go. Like I said, the main monitor right here, this thing's getting the most use of like everything. I have a bunch of play mats from whenever I played Force of Will, just kind of covering the countertop here. I didn't want to like scratch up their countertop if I was like moving the monitors around and all that good stuff. There's my heart rate monitor, Dr. Pepper can, G13, my Pebbles. There's my webcam. I have a 2K monitor, 1440p, all that good stuff, whatever you want to call it. 2 1080p monitors. They would be 27 inches if I was at home. I didn't want to carry 3 27 inches with me. I have like a shitty ass projector stand that I bought off of Amazon. Kind of works. It's a little janky. If I ever do this again, I might get a better stand. I'll have uses for this like at home and stuff, so it works out. But man, this thing feels wobbly as shit. So similar to what I'm doing with the monitors, I have the mic stand on the side of the counter, and I just have a sacrificial Pokemon playmat. I have it just supporting, cushioning, making sure I'm not leaving like a dent in the counter, because that would suck. It's not like an expensive counter or anything, but I mean like it's their home and I'd rather not leave a mark or anything. Super jank, but I mean it's working. I have my audio mixer on a laptop stand because this thing can get hot and I just want to make sure it stays nice and cool. This is an expensive piece of tech. It's also a little easier to access the buttons just whenever it's more at an angle like this, as opposed to just being flat on the table. Easier to read the audio levels if there's something weird going on. I got the chat monitor just on an Acron phone mount. It's a little jank, but it works. It does the job. I'm happy with it. My little Astro Mix amp, I love it. It's fantastic. Keyboard, mice, you know, all that good stuff, you know, okay. Little jank here and there, but for a temporary setup and having backup parts now for my main setup, I'm pretty happy. But yeah, that should cover my setup. This is a temporary version of it, but I figured this is the cleanest the setup will ever look. So this is like the best opportunity to show kind of how things running. I'm a very small creator. I'm a very small streamer. This is a hobby. I enjoy this stuff. If someone is starting out, don't drop all this money on it. Start small. It's a fun thing to me. All this stuff is fun to me. That's why I can kind of justify dropping money on a setup like this. I honestly just have a whole lot of fun. I don't stream to a lot of people. I don't have a lot of subscribers. Maybe a few people hop into stream and, you know, hang out with me while I play a game. It's an excuse for me to play video games more. It's an excuse for me to be creative. It's just a fun time. If you have any questions or anything, I can answer them. I can make a follow-up video. If you want to know like more about the gear that I use, I can go a little more in depth. If you want to know what programs I use, I can go more in depth with that. But as far as like the setup goes, this is the general vibe. I'm really doubtful my setup will change all that much in the future. When I'm streaming, this is kind of what I see. But yeah, this is about it. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.